everyone. Welcome to this is a landmark episode, boys. This is episode 50 of the Justice Guys podcast. We made it. It took a little bit over a year, but we're here.
Gay gang.
So yeah, no. How's everyone doing? How's everyone's weekend? Cal, I have a sneaking suspicion I know how yours went, but
Yeah. My weekend sucked. For my body. Food poisoning is not fun.
no,
My weekend was it's all Billy's fault. It's all Billy's fault. Because we were just talking about it, and I literally said I've never had food poisoning in my life. And I kid you not, a half hour later, I threw up. Literally a half hour later. It was so weird.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's rough.
My weekend was good. I flew into Denver Wednesday night, spent a couple nights with Ty, ate some good food, hung out, then went to Rocky National Park and went to the Gardens of the Gods and had a great time with Jordan.
You also went to Red Rocks and you tried a bull testicle.
I did try a bull testicle, and it doesn't taste anything like you would think. It literally just tastes like fat off the side of a steak that tastes like nothing. At least like fat on the side of a steak has like a taste to it. This didn't have a taste to it.
I asked him, was it as good or worse as like deer heart? And he goes, no, deer heart is way worse.
Deer heart's way worse.
I
like,
love deer heart.
Liver or anything like that's way worse. Dude, okay, so going to the restaurant, I had a completely, after Ty explained it, I had a completely different like image of what I was going to try before I got there. And it was nothing like that. So then that's
Jordan,
why.
To be fair, Jordan thought she was going to eat a bull testicle like a potato. So
yeah, that's what I thought too. I definitely thought it was going to.
He's going to be like come out like not raw,
like
but
picture
like
a skinned potato, and that was
yeah,
just plopped
exactly.
on your table.
Yeah, but deep fried.
No, it's gonna come out looking like a jalapeno popper.
More or less, like if you've ever had fried calamari, that's how it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going in there with a completely negative outlook, and it ended up them. I mean, listen, am I going to be honest with you? Would I get bull testicle again? Probably not. But like, it's something. It was fun. Like it was a fun like thing to try.
Correct.
It's like way better than other things I've tried that are just god awful. So, I would give it for exotic food. I would give it like a 6 out of 10. Exotic food.
How was your weekend, Evan?
It was good. I really didn't do much. I mean, Sunday was kind of a wash. You know, we got this big winter storm that scared everybody from going outside. But Saturday, I just, spent it inside, playing some poker, playing some chilling, watching some football.
Breaking PBs on Twitch viewership, but...
Yeah. That's what happens when you stream at 5 a.m.
Well, that's what happens when you stream it all.
Yeah, I know. It's nice.
It was funny when I subbed you this month, and it was like the 21st, month sub, and you're on like 24 with me, which we got affiliated about the same time. I'm like, why am I so behind him? I'm like, oh, it's because he took about 3 months off, not streaming there for a while, so I couldn't sub to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that makes sense.
During the summer, yeah.
Yeah. And we had the birthday boy over here, Mr. Closer to 30.
I am 1 year closer to 30. Yeah. No, 28 now. That was fun. Had a good weekend. Went out to eat a couple different times. Went to the Nature and History Museum here, so that was cool because I mean everyone that knows me knows I like dinosaurs. Hasn't changed. And yeah, watched football and lost a shitload of money because I made a lot of same game parlays that did not hit.
Yeah, me too. I lost $75 in like 10 different.
I lost like
bets.
$108 this weekend just on same game parlays.
Yeah.
Same.
Billy almost slapped a monster one last night. He almost hit an all-timer.
The only one he didn't get was Kyler, right?
Rushing yard, yes, Kyler rushing.
But I think didn't Cooper get the over in the yardage?
No, he didn't.
No, Cooper didn't.
Oh.
No.
What was Cooper's over?
Billy had him at 114 and a half, but Cooper only had like I think 85 yards. Stafford only threw 14 or 17 times. Sorry, Kate, go ahead.
No, sorry. I did not place one bet this weekend, and I would like to congratulate myself because I would have lost money. So I won money by not betting this weekend.
Understandable.
Every week I say I'm retired from the NFL, and then I place another bet.
No, dude, listen.
You can't help it. It's fun.
I'm out of the NFL. I'm done.
I'm out of the NFL.
And then Super Bowl, the Super Bowl comes around, and then we're all doing
no. That's like betting on the
length of national anthem.
No.
Yeah.
That's like
I think the Super Bowl will be my next football bet. That's it.
I simply can't do that, but I respect.
I guess I'll bet it for the pod. Like whatever my thing is. I'll make that bet if I choose a game, but that'll be it.
And then September comes of this year, and Evan will be right back on the horse.
No.
New year, hopefully new me.
I'm back to betting the NFL once week 1 comes back around.
Yeah, I mean,
but 2020 this season, I've lost probably $800 on the NFL.
I've lost more than that.
Okay,
I've not done
with you,
this
kid.
year.
I literally float. Only reason why I float is because I pick NBA winners. That's it. Just people who win games. I'm good at that. That's it.
Yeah,
I've
been
good.
struggling.
Ty, you've been on a slide for like 3 months.
It's been impressive, honestly. That just means I'm going to go on a great heater.
Mm-hmm.
It's bound to happen.
I mean, it has to at some point.
You know what they say about sports gambling? You only lose when you quit, and that's on God.
Oh, I'm gonna make my money back.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you only lose when you quit.
They also say that you can't win unless you put the bet in. So,
yeah,
facts.
Also true. All right, Cal, what do you got for us this week? And I hope it doesn't have to do with food poisoning or shitting in the bathroom with the lights off.
It doesn't. This is relevant, really. Okay. So with the NFL playoffs around, and ramping up and everything, and the new movie coming out, The Underdog.
American Underdog.
American Underdog, the story of Kurt Warner's story, in his life and everything, his journey to make it to the NFL and Super Bowl champion and everything that he's accomplished in his career. But if there happened to be a movie somehow made about your life, what actor would be casted to play you? And I'll go first to give you guys to think about it, because obviously I've came up with the question and thought about it all day. I want to be 100% honest with myself. It's got to be Jonah Hill. It's got to be. He's funny. He's got a nice beard. He's a thicker guy like myself. He just got to shave his head, and I think I think he could play me.
His head towards the end of the movie.
Yeah, I know, but he's not gonna play a baby. Like he's gonna play me as a kid.
Well, I mean, he's gonna play you as like a teenager and stuff, right?
Yeah, I guess. And I'm going on 3 years shaving my head now, so.
But I have no idea who looks like me. No idea.
No, it's not. It just looks like you. Just like has like that same charisma, bro.
The same personality.
Yeah, I thought either Jonah Hill or I even thought about
another person that eats chicken every meal.
Jesus.
No, Evan, that's not, dude.
Or I thought I was thinking either Jonah Hill or Chris Pratt. Chunky or Chris Pratt.
I was gonna say Chris would have to put on the he'd have to put on he'd have to be Parks and Rec. Yeah.
Parks and Rec, yeah. Mm-hmm. And they have to exaggerate the height because he's not a short guy, where Jonah Hill's kind of a shorter dude,
Great question.
I'm trying to think.
I think for Cade,
it has to be someone with a beard, so I'm gonna go like a Daniel Radcliffe could definitely pull off my dumbass.
Yeah, but he's short, dude. He's a tiny man.
Most actors aren't 6'3".
God, but he's a tiny man. He's like 5'4".
Yeah, I mean,
Cade. I was thinking
Cade.
Cade.
He's actually, I think, taller than Zac Efron. Zac Efron's 5'7".
I was seriously thinking Cade with a scraggly beard, Leo. Like he's got that round face.
But I actually do think Leo is like 6'4". He might be taller than me.
Leo's 6'4"?
Yeah. I know 6'4". No way.
DiCaprio? Really? No,
I'm pretty sure, like in that last movie, what's her face is taller than him. Jennifer Lawrence.
He's six flat.
So Kate's 5'10", 5'11".
That's a very generous 5'11".
I said 5'10", 5'11".
5'9", generous 5'10".
Boots on, 5'11".
Has Brad Pitt ever had a beard?
I could say like Chris Evans for you.
I was gonna say one of the Hemsworths, but they're way too muscular for me. Chris Evans has been skinny before.
They'd have to.
Yes, Chris Evans back before he was a superhero was a very slender dude.
Yeah.
John Krasinski.
Could do Krasinski.
Yeah.
Fuck it, Robert Pattinson, whatever. Just do that. We'll go with that.
Oh my god, he looks sickly. Who do we think for Evan?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. I could see for Evan. I could see a Parks and Rec Chris Pratt. He's like 6. He's like 6'1". You know.
Let's do Mike Myers.
Mike Myers.
Yeah.
I can see a Chris Pratt playing. Go Parks and Rec Chris Pratt for Evan.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is.
You know, yes, you do.
Know who Chris Pratt
Guardians
is?
of the Galaxy.
Chris Pratt. Oh. Yeah, I know who
What
he
do
is.
you mean?
That's a bogey. That's a big bogey.
Types in Parks and Rec Chris Pratt.
Yeah, and I see. I definitely know who he is now.
Yeah, I'm talking about like the way he looked in.
Yeah, I don't look anything like that.
No, not now. He's ripped as hell for like Guardians of the Galaxy and in the war movies he's played in a couple times.
Yes.
I don't think
Andrew Garfield could play Kai too as well.
Oh, this dude.
Possibly. Jude Law could play Evan. If you could look him up, he has a pretty solid receding hairline going on right now.
Oh my god.
That is definitely not me. No. I have more hair than all you fucks, so you, Ty.
That's simply
You do
not
not have more
true.
You do not have more hair than Cade.
I'm not gonna sit here and
I
tell
have more
I'm
hair
not
than
gonna sit
Cade,
here and tell you that.
1,000,000%.
No fucking way.
No, Evan, just because you haven't had a haircut in 6 months doesn't mean you have more
I
hair.
have more hair than Cade.
His hair is
won't-
way more. His hair is way more thick than yours. It's not even close.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, Evan, you have a literal peak going on.
Evan, you're starting to look like Adam.
Oh, Adam Driver.
No,
he could have Kylo Ren could play.
I have
Evan.
if it's a peak, it's a very small peak.
No, dude. It's if
My
you
hair
look
is-
down.
my hair is
if
very
you look
thin.
down, it looks like a geese flying in pattern to the south.
My hair is more thick than Cade's. I'm sorry.
It is not more thick than Cade's.
It is.
It is not. It is not. You can literally see it. Cade sits up on his own. Yours just literally have to be slicked back like it is right now. His is sitting up on its own.
Mine's literally like a football.
Yeah, that is thick.
Football.
If I didn't have my gel in my hair, I'd show you because my hair is hard as right now.
Yeah, you
But
got
Cade
that.
doesn't
You got
need
that
gel.
Joey B hair going on.
That's the thing is Cade doesn't need gel. That's how his hair's thick. People that
Well,
need
I
gel is
did-
because their hair is thin. You have
No,
thin hair.
because I slicked it back today. That's why. Because I've never slicked my hair back. I did it today for the first time. That's why I put
You're
gel in my hair.
American Psycho. Oh yeah, Christian
Sorry,
Bale.
bud.
Christian Bale could play Evan. We'll go with that.
Is it Golden Pony Boy? Because Evan's like putting like grease in his hair.
Gotcha. Greaser. Got it. Okay.
Yes.
Got those dots now.
Yes. Okay. I hate when you have like when it's a decent joke that you gotta explain. You know, it kind of takes the luster
Totally
out of it.
understand
Yeah.
where you're coming from for sure, but yeah.
Yeah, because that really was a good joke. I'm gonna say that was a pretty good one. Like, pretty
I
kind
had a
of
really
education
stupid,
based.
I had a really stupid pun earlier when you asked us how our weekend was, but I didn't want to say it because I didn't know. I honestly think the only one that would have got it would have been Ty out of what I was going to say, and I had to explain it. I didn't want to say it, but I was going to say, he said, how was your guys' weekend? And I said it was going to be very Edward. And they would have been like, what do you mean? I'm like, Edward Snowden?
Snowden. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, like, you know.
Yeah, I know what that means, Cal. Don't.
I didn't think you knew.
No, dude, Edward
he was.
Snowden, he's one of the. He's literally known to be the biggest
I
like
didn't know
anarchist
if
in
you knew who
American
he was.
history.
Anarchist
he
is
was.
not the correct word, but
I don't even know if his
you know
first
what
name's
I mean,
Edward.
No, he did create
I don't even know if I'm
anarchy.
sure if his first name's Edward. But I know his last name's
it
Snowden.
is Edward.
Is it Edward?
Edward
Okay.
Snowden,
Edward Snowden.
dude. It's a great movie about him. Great
It's a
movie.
great movie.
Now, Evan, do you know who Edward Snowden is?
Yeah, that's the dude that. Isn't it the
Biggest
dude that?
whistleblower.
Yeah,
He worked for the
That
NSA,
leaked-
stole the files.
he leaked a
Yeah.
bunch of information and
Yeah, he did. He
threatened
what
to
was
leak
right.
American secrets.
He did what was right.
No, he's the actual hero here. Assange, on the other hand, Julian Assange is not. But he's also, I'm pretty sure, dead.
But
I
that's
don't
my
know who
question
voted
for
on
this
that.
week. That's my question for this week. Something a little bit to think
Well,
about.
hey, anybody
guess.
that's made it this far, drop in the comments who would play us. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ty, I don't know who that guy is.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know who that one is. Never heard of him.
Also a leaker.
I mean, sure, I obviously got that through context clues, but I did not know like anything he did.
Ask Billy who Assange is next time you talk to him.
He probably can't talk about him.
He can absolutely talk about it. We've had conversations before.
Who's Billy?
Sorry, Walt.
Well, actually, we go by first hand divided. That's what we go as. Billiard ball.
The right hand.
Hey, so everyone too, by the way, before we jump into the next topic, as we all know, we talked about this way back at the beginning before the NFL season. Our fantasy football league, Evan won the championship, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Our friend and fellow,
he's been on.
Came on here before. He's been on here a
couple
times.
Twice.
Been on here a couple times. Levi was our last place participant, and he did do the NFL combine drills as punishment this weekend. Recorded it. We're just getting it all around, and it should be out sometime here soon for a good laugh.
Well, I was going to say, we'll put it in this, but also, we're definitely putting it out on the account.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for that. It's going to be a good, funny joke. He actually did some impressive things, which we thought out of everyone that could do some of the stuff.
He was the best candidate.
Oh, he played, college football, so, almost
also, just this is a little tease, but after Thursday, I'll know a little bit more, but it's in regards to the March Madness bracket this year, so just keep an eye out for that.
Okay.
Could be rather large this year.
And we'll do it right this time. And we'll do it right this time.
We're definitely going to do it right this time.
$1 million.
Yeah, there's something that I have a meeting Thursday where something might come out of it, and obviously I'll keep you boys in the loop.
But man, that was
pay attention to that because
that was such a.
It was a shit show, but at least it was only $50.
Yeah.
With that being said, though, let's hop into the weekend and recap these games really quick, get thoughts on them and all that fun shit. Honest to God, there were not that many good games. 2 were separated by 6 points. The rest were complete blowouts. Also, shout out to Big Ben. Even when he lost, he was still the losingest winner because the Steelers scored the most points of the losing teams this week. There's a fun fact.
Garbage points, baby. Garbage points.
It doesn't matter. Scored the most points out of the losers.
And he got the record. And he moved into third.
I was going to say, did he get that 59 yards or whatever he needed?
He needed 99, and it was looking not rather easy when he was 24 going into half. So.
But it's a tough game. We'll just run down the normal, the chronological slate. First game of the weekend was Cincinnati and Las Vegas. Cincinnati, for the most part, looked pretty in command. There was some bend, but I never really was questioning the Bengals winning that game. Raiders looked good. Bengals just looked better. Yeah.
Joe Burrow is doing things that we thought that Joe Burrow would do once you gave him some time.
He's doing things that everyone thought Trevor Lawrence was going to do as well.
Yeah, which, Trevor Lawrence, get him in the second year, he might
we'll
be doing it.
But he does not have the weapons that Joey has.
Yeah.
Maybe the same line, but...
There's also, starting with this one, right off the bat, some major referee controversies for this that just
kept... The erroneous whistle.
Yeah, that kept starting from, the whole entire season, moving into the first game of the playoffs, which was absolutely wild.
That was a trending theme of the weekend as well, was just dog shit refereeing. We're all going to probably touch on it on every game, I believe. I think there was almost every game where you can point to one or two specific plays that had something to do with the outcome. There was a couple with the blowout games that really didn't matter. I don't think there was one in the Steelers game where I was like, that was Again, to be fair, I didn't watch a ton of the Steelers game. I was out and about, but most of the games that I watched, there were problematic referees. In this one, erroneous whistle. Joey Burrow was running to the sideline, threw a ball to the back of the end zone. They blew the whistle literally 0.3 of a second before it was a completed pass.
It was literally 3 feet from the dude's hands.
And that's the whole thing. Does it really matter? No. Did the dude stop playing because he heard the whistle? No. Realistically, no. You're still moving at game speed. Does it look bad on film and in real time? Yes, but again, it's a bang thing. It doesn't matter. But by rule, if an erroneous whistle is blown, it doesn't matter. Even if it's on accident, the play is officially dead.
Well, they even came out and said that when they reviewed it, that the whistle was after the catch, which it wasn't.
No,
unless
it's clear as day, it's not.
Unless there's something that they have that is better than what we were listening and watching. But they tried to cover their tracks, and looks like that referee's not refereeing the rest of the playoffs.
Well, and that's the other thing is these are amalgamation, there's your word of the day, of all of the ref crews from the entire season, and this is supposed to be the all-star teams.
Yep.
And if this is the all-star teams, Jesus Christ, the NFL in a very bad spot.
Yep.
It's almost like it's rigged.
I don't know if it's rigged, but dude, it does not. Some of these calls were brutal.
If there's any sport that I feel like is rigged, it's the NFL.
Nah, NBA for sure.
I saw multiple TikToks, dude. Not even the play where Dak, or Mike McCarthy called the worst play call of all time. It wasn't this play, but it was one that was close where the ref ran up, put the ball down. Dak's telling the ref to get the fuck out of the way, literally clapping his hands. Ref just stood there, got out of the way with 1 second left on the play clock, snapped it, false start or delay game.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that when we get there. I mean, we can go.
That was also bad coaching.
Dallas game,
that was also bad coaching there at that point too.
Yeah. Which one?
We're not talking about the last play of the game.
No, that one.
No. I'm just talking about a random ass play, kid.
That play.
I saw that.
What happened with that one, Evan? Just so we're on the topic, they did They did the fake punt. Okay, and what they did was they kept the punting crew after they completed the first down. They kept the punting crew on the field,
right,
to make the 49ers try to get them to call a timeout for they wasted one in the second half. Yep. And then with 14 seconds left in the play clock, then they switched out the personnel, and they didn't get enough time. The ref, once all those players have to come out, the ref has to touch the ball before he can hike it. So really,
I think this is something different. But yeah.
No, it's not. No, it's 100%.
No, it's Evan. That's the play. I know that's
exactly what you're talking about. Penalty after
he held it and then wouldn't let him snap it, and then Dak even got the snap off in time, and they still called a false start.
Okay.
Yeah, they called it.
They watched it once, but
it was poor coaching, and it's because they were trying to make a burner timeout. But at the same time, you have to let the defense make substitution. So it really wasn't that smart and cunning, but Mike McCarthy's.
Is not a good coach. Cowboys. Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl with him. Just keep that in mind.
The Dallas Cowboys. That's all you have to say.
Yep. But yeah, that was a game definitely. For the Bengals and Raiders. Back to it.
It was a competitive game.
It was a competitive game. It ended up being.
It did come down to a last literally 1 second left interception, and Derek Carr was trying to force the ball in there.
In a fourth down, and that interception by that linebacker. That linebacker interception was a great interception, but either way, it was not going to be completed.
Hurt me because I had the Raiders +6 and they lost by 7.
Well, if they don't kick the field goal, get the touchdown, you cover, and they still lose.
+6. I win.
I think that was the only game I won out of all my bets, and it wasn't even a straight game. It was just in a parlay. It's the only bet I had was Bengals -5.5 or something like that.
Yeah, Bengals are -5.
I got them at 5. I got them at 5.5. Yeah.
Okay. Well, when I placed the bet, it was -6.
Bengals did that.
Sad.
Yes.
No, he said that was sad.
It was sad. That was the only bet I had.
Well, then Buffalo just absolutely. There is no good verb or noun to describe what Buffalo did to New England. First time in history, it was a perfect offensive game. I'm sure we've all seen the graphic at this point. 7 possessions, 7 touchdowns. Never saw a fourth down except the kneel. That was the only one. The Bills.
No turnovers. However, they did have 2 blocked
punts, nothing.
They had 2 blocked field goal attempts, though.
Not special teams, though. That's not offense.
No, I'm just saying in general. If there's anything they have to, get figured out.
Definitely got to trust me. As a Packers fan, special teams means a lot in the playoffs.
One blocked, field goal or PAT, I get it. But 2, I know it was cold, and the kicker, it's not the easiest thing to do is kick a football in the cold. But still, 2
gotta execute.
2 blocked PATs is, and the special teams first play of the game, the dude fumbled it. Luckily, it went out of bounds. So special teams is the only thing that they gotta tighten up when they play the Chiefs this week. But other than that, it was just pure domination. And another hilarious thing, I sent it in the group message right before we got on here. That first touchdown to Dawson Knox from Josh Allen, he purposely was trying to throw it out, and he didn't know that Dawson Knox caught a touchdown until 4 minutes after. He goes, I went back to the huddle. Yeah, I was going to play the next play. I did not know he caught the ball until everyone started freaking out, and then they finally showed the replay on the Jumbotron, and I was like, oh. It's like I was trying to throw that out, and he made an incredible play. Because Billy and I were watching it, and I'm like, oh, that's a smart decision to throw it out. He's like, oh, he caught it. I'm like, oh my God. I thought he was trying to throw it out, and he actually was, and actually really made a poor attempt to throw it out because it was caught. So,
I mean, hey, it happens
Josh Allen
sometimes.
played.
I mean, Aaron's done it before as well. I mean, it just is what it is.
Josh Allen played a fantastic game.
I was going to say, yeah, sometimes, lucky's better than good, but also good can lead to lucky, so.
Yep.
He played a very, very good game.
Yep.
He had, 4, 5 touchdowns?
5 touchdowns.
300 and some yards.
they had 5 passing touchdowns. They had 5 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing.
And again, this is against the top 5 Bill Belichick defense in the playoffs. I mean, this was maybe the most impressive Bills win in their franchise history. Yeah. Legitimately.
Well, I don't care who's playing for the Patriots. I don't care who's on their team. Honestly.
There's
a rookie quarterback.
And I love the people that go, "Oh, if it was Brady there, this wouldn't have happened." Like, Brady has never in his entire career had 47 points scored against him. That's a real stat.
Brady's not out there on defense. Because honestly, offensively, the Patriots were moving the football. No, they were doing okay.
Jones was the best, I think, losing quarterback of arguably you could put Derek in there as well, but
he was
teams.
He did. They had a good plan.
In her first interception, Micah Hyde just made a better play.
No, I mean,
that was a great pick.
Insane interception.
Right, like that was a good throw though. Like he threw it right where it needed to be. Like Micah Hyde made a great play. Like I mean, if that goes as a touchdown, this game goes completely different.
Oh yeah,
for sure. The game goes completely different.
Yeah, no, they had a decent offensive game plan, and he did pretty well. He had 2 interceptions. One was a great play. The other one was a tipped ball.
Yeah,
I mean, there's what he can do about it. I mean,
they're still a young team. They were rebuilding last year. I mean, they missed the playoffs for the first time in a decade. So like, as much as I don't like the Patriots, I think they're going to be fine moving forward.
I would say the Patriots had the second best season in the NFL, the third best season in the NFL outside of the Super Bowl winner this year.
The Eagles are later on. We'll get to them. Don't worry.
No, I'm just saying though. I think the Patriots did because the Patriots, if anything, learned that Mac Jones is going to be okay. Like he's going to be pretty good. He's like going to be a good fit for their system, right? At the minimum, they play good defense, and honestly, they just need better playmakers, which they can get in the draft or free agency. Because the Patriots lack playmakers, bro. Like they just do. N'Keal Harry sucks.
Nobody's arguing that. I mean,
yeah, N'Keal Harry sucks. Like Nelson Aguilar is your wide receiver number 1. You know you're not doing great.
Yeah, what's that other wide receiver caught his very first touchdown?
Kobe Myers is also out there.
Kobe Myers. Yeah, he got his very first touchdown.
Yeah.
Right, like that's just, no. You need wide receiver help bad, especially for a young quarterback.
Yeah,
correct. Anyone got anything else to add on? I mean, Buffalo kicked their ass. That's pretty much it's black and white.
Hey, I mean,
it was cool to see them take that.
First game of the weekend, stuff was thrown out on the field. Wasn't the last game of the weekend, you know.
I will say it was cool to kind of see like the Bills finally take that official step past the Patriots.
Yeah, no, this was
because last year the Patriots were bad and no one really cared, they were bad, but this year was the year where okay, now the Bills are running the AFC East. They went into New England and beat the crap out of them, and then they came back to Buffalo and beat the crap out of them again. So that was cool. We get to see people jump on tables again next weekend. We love that.
Absolutely. It's always a good sight to come out of Bills Mafia Twitter. Cade, Eagles are next. Tampa Bay, I'm not going to say necessarily beat their ass, but it was never close or in question. But Tampa Bay
beat their ass
31-15.
No, they beat their ass. It was. I literally said the first possession when they went 12 plays, 75 yards for a touchdown. You did text us the
group and said, "Well, this is over."
I literally said if they right when they punted the first possession, the game was over. And that's okay. We weren't supposed to be there. We're ahead of our rebuild by a mile.
Yeah, I will say one thing that really does blow. At one point, you had 3 top 10 picks. Now they're 15 to, I think, 19.
15, 16, and 19.
Okay.
I will take those any day of the week.
Mid-round draft picks, there's nothing wrong with those.
I want to say this. The Philadelphia Eagles, outside of the Super Bowl champions, had the best season in the NFL. And I won't be convinced otherwise.
It's a bold claim. I'm sure there's a ton of people that would argue it. I see your side of it, though. I understand entirely where you're coming from.
I'm talking expectations versus reality with the upcoming offseason. I do not think anyone in the NFL had a better season than the Eagles. Because every other team, right now, every other team that's in the playoffs, maybe outside the Bengals are the only team I have an argument that can be made with the Eagles. The only difference between the Eagles and the Bengals is that the Eagles' offseason has a much more opportunity than the Bengals. But there's no team that beat their win total by more, made the playoffs, 3 first-round picks, 2 third-round picks from that trade with Carson Wentz. They won that trade by a mile.
Yep.
And they get to go into the offseason with the second most cap space in the NFL. So if you're a rebuilding team who made the playoffs at 9-8 and you outbeat your projected win total by 5, I don't think you can have a better season. And they learned to see if Jalen Hurts is going to be their quarterback or not. Because he actually had like a pretty decent first year campaign. So if they think he's going to be their quarterback, they learned that he is. Or if they don't think they're going to be, they learned that he's not. I don't think I could have wrote a better season for them going into this. I thought they were going to be awful.
I feel like 14-3 and first round bye definitely would have been a better season, but
yeah, okay, Ty, you're playing for a Super Bowl. If you don't win a Super Bowl, where are you at? Doing the same thing over again.
Yeah,
right.
That's every team does that doesn't win the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Right. So what I'm saying is you're like, what are you learning every single year that you're just not good enough to make the Super Bowl?
I'm not even talking about the Packers. I'm saying in general.
You said 14-3 first round.
Packers are 13-4.
Talking about the Packers.
I'm not.
14.
Ideally, the first seed is a better benchmark than the 7th seed. This isn't about the Packers at all. I just want to make that very clear. I'm saying in general.
So you said
I'm not arguing. I already prefaced this whole thing with saying I entirely agree with you and I see what your side of this stand is. I'm just saying I feel teams would much rather win their division, be the first seed, get a bye, and than be the 7th seed.
So let me ask you this. If the Tennessee Titans lose this week, did they have a better season than the Eagles?
They made it one farther week, but
I was going to say they made it one farther week.
They played the same amount of games in the playoffs.
I mean, I'm fair.
And what do they have to show from it? They know that Tannehill's not going to win the Super Bowl, and they're going to spin their wheels and do it again next year.
Again, I think you're taking this too far. I've agreed with you on everything. I'm just saying, I know where you're coming from. I do. I'm just saying that advancing in the playoffs and being relevant is important as well, and you guys were.
Exactly. And right, that's what I'm saying. We were that and more because of the offseason stuff that we have going for us. I'm saying that you used a specific example of 14-3 first round bye, and then I said, okay, my rebuttal to that is if they don't make it to the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl, it's there's a difference between teams that are Super Bowl or bust, and there's teams that are rebuilding. There's obviously a significant difference. If the Packers or the Tennessee or Kansas City or the Bills don't make it to the Super Bowl, it's a loss of a season. Right? I mean, it's a loss of a season.
But the thing is, there's 31 teams that have losses of a season, and by that metric.
Dude, no, you're not getting it.
I know exactly what you're saying, but regardless, one team wins, the other 31 lose. It doesn't matter if you have 15 draft picks or not, you lose.
So did you hear what I said in the first statement? I said everybody outside of who wins the Super Bowl. The Eagles had the best season in the NFL outside of whoever wins the Super Bowl.
And again, I said I can see your point, but there are people that would argue that. That's what my initial statement was. I understand what you're saying, but I also know that people would disagree with that.
Yeah, I understand that. That's not what I'm saying. You just used a very specific example, and then I argued your example.
I could have said any number for a 1 seed. It had nothing to do with the Packers, genuinely.
I said the Titans. I'm talking about the Titans.
Okay, what so do 12, the Titans 12-5 and a 1 seed with a bye. Yes, it's a good season.
I'm not saying okay, never mind. I'm not going to spin my wheels.
I'm agreeing with you up until the point where the idea is to be relevant late into January. That's all.
Next game, please.
Okie dokie. Hey, you can shit on Dallas now. San Francisco kicked their ass 23-17 with a ref asterisk, if you ask Dallas fans.
I don't think it was a ref asterisk.
I don't either. I don't either at all.
It was poor coaching. Dak didn't play very good. Zeke, once again, is non-existent.
Didn't he only run 9 times or something?
It's bad.
Again, I don't understand, Dallas is, again, this goes back to last week and everyone wanted to talk about interviewing Kellen Moore and shit, What has he done except underperform with a very talented roster?
Just in the Cowboys in general have underperformed with talented rosters for the last
25 years.
Yes. Jake Delhomme has more playoff wins.
Nick Foles does too.
In the Cowboys.
Let's see.
Colin Kaepernick does too.
Colin Kaepernick, Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez,
Trent Dilfer.
I can't believe Mark Sanchez is on there. Holy shit!
Well, he went to the AFC Championship games twice.
I know.
Back to back. So.
With the Jets. Well, one was.
Revis Island.
No,
they both were. They went to back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Jets were one game away from the Super Bowl twice in back-to-back years.
Butt fumble away.
Like,
a butt fumble away.
Just insane.
Yeah. No, however, though, I'm not taking any credit away from the 49ers because low-key, the 49ers are the hottest team coming into the playoffs.
They're sneaky good.
They won 5 straight. They won 5 straight to get in. They're well coached. They have a quarterback that just does just enough to win. Doesn't do nothing too crazy. They have great playmakers, and they have a solid defense. With, like I said, like you can't stress enough, they have great coaching.
No, they have very good coaching.
So that's where it didn't like you said. We had 2 of you guys had them on money line this week in our bets. So
I had them +3, but I did in my parlay. I put them money line.
So three of the 4 here used them as their bet this weekend, and it shows because the Cowboys in the playoffs. I mean, I'd rather bet on the Bengals who got their first win in 31 years.
I did that same parlay you did, and man, Kittle's over really killed us. Yep. That was very painful.
Yep.
Because we hit 3 of 4 there.
I know.
He's a machine. I mean, Deebo Samuel. Actually, I think Deebo's over for receiving didn't hit too. It was short. I think it was shy 6 yards because he had
110
70
total.
Yeah, he had 70 yards on foot, but I think he had 42 receiving yards, and we had.
I only think he caught like 2 balls, like actually caught like two.
You're right. Yeah, he only had 2 receptions.
Is that he's very, very good at everything.
Yeah.
And then
the ball off to him.
And did he throw one? Did he throw a touchdown? He threw a touchdown last week. Last week. He threw a touchdown last week. Yeah.
No, my problem is with the 49ers is they are very, very good, and regardless this offseason, they're going to have to address, does Jimmy G stick around, or do you move forward with Trey Lance, who, if you stick Trey Lance, who's a gadget guy as well, but also probably can throw a ball pretty well, with Elijah Mitchell and Deebo and all of those guys, that's even more terrifying. And a healthy defense.
I think Trey Lance will become. I think he's going to need like a year or 2, but he's going to be a really good quarterback. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know what you do with Jimmy G though. If you can trade him and think that Trey Lance is your future without like moving backwards because they're good. Like I don't know. I just don't know what you do with Jimmy G to be honest.
I mean
if Jimmy G takes
value for him,
Jimmy G beats the Packers in Lambeau. Like I mean, it probably won't be Jimmy G only, but it most likely definitely won't be only Jimmy G.
Right now in Green Bay,
if they beat the Packers, if they beat the Packers in Lambeau with the weather or whatever, he's going to have to play a good game no matter what. Like he can't be
and Elijah Mitchell's going to have a really good game too.
Debo's going to have a good game because they're going to run a lot. It's going to be 1 degree.
Yeah.
Again, Jimmy G literally has a torn ligament that ripped part of his bone off. Like
I wouldn't be surprised if you see a little mixture, shared time. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a little shared time this week.
No, I fully expect it because look
at
what they did
like
Colin
wild card
Kaepernick 5-6 years ago. Jesus, when was that? When Colin ran for 300 yards on the Packers. I mean,
I think it was back in like 2013, wasn't it?
I want to say it was a while
12,
ago.
11, a long time ago.
13.
He ran for 300 yards
when they went. So it was very high up there.
That's
Packers
crazy.
couldn't stop a cold. The 49ers looked really good, but again, we all knew they're built for the playoffs. They run the ball really well. They have a dude that doesn't necessarily turn it over, but he did turn it over a couple times on some pretty errant throws. And their defense is stout. Now, if Joey Bosa is out, that's going to hurt a lot. Nick?
Is he out or is he questionable?
Which is the one that plays for the Niners?
Isn't it Nick?
It's Nick. Nick's questionable with the concussion.
He's in the concussion protocol right now.
Yeah, Nick's in the concussion
protocol. I mean, that they're going to try to do everything they can to have him.
Yeah, he's going to play the game.
Well, the other thing is it is a short week.
He could be seen.
Yeah, they're playing Saturday. They're playing Saturday morning, right? Is it Saturday morning?
They got Saturday night.
Nick Bosa could be cross-eyed. He's still playing.
Which is kind of bullshit that the Arizona and the Rams got put on a short week because they wanted to play on Monday.
Yeah, I trust me. I'm very strongly against that Monday bullshit.
What time do they play? Sunday. They play Sunday. When do they play Sunday?
So the Rams play Sunday. The early game against Tampa Bay.
Right, which is bullshit.
Buffalo and KC have the Sunday night primetime game. And
well, I mean, 49ers have a short week too.
Yeah, but
Sunday to Saturday, yeah.
Sunday to Saturday is much better though than Monday to Sunday. Because whenever they do like Saturday to Sundays, they have Monday, Tuesday off. Then they practice Wednesday through Friday, fly, and they go. Like when you do Monday, that means they only get Tuesday off. They practice Wednesday through Friday, then they fly. So they only get one rest day, really, compared to the two you get if you play on Sunday. That's the whole reason. But the time is the same.
I mean, I don't think they need much rest.
Yeah, practice is still light, but no matter what, like rest is still rest.
I don't think they really need much rest after Monday night because there really wasn't.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair.
I didn't watch a single minute of that game.
I mean, Stafford's arm is going to be very fresh if he has to do a shootout. So
yeah.
Again, Stafford usually throws 35 times a game. He threw 17.
Yeah.
By the way, Cam Akers huge in that game, but we'll get to that. So San Francisco just looks like a good team. I don't know how that spread is the biggest. I mean, I have full faith in the Packers and they've gotten healthy, but 6-point dogs for the 49ers right now is a lot of points.
6?
Yeah.
6. That's a very large spread.
The only reason it is because they're the 6th seed. It's the only reason.
I understand that, but they run the ball and it's cold. It's literally going to be 1 fucking degree.
The 49ers are probably the only team right now that's built to beat the Packers in Lambeau.
Correct, but if they miss Nick Bosa, that one helps immensely. And, yeah, I mean, it's just time of possession. Jimmy G throws a couple turnovers, that game's over. Or if Aaron actually comes out and they score on offense to get it to 14 or 21, where Jimmy has to play, then it's going to turn into an ugly game for the 49ers. But if they can control the ball, run the ball, like, it's not... It's going to be an inside 6-point game.
The amount of motions that they do and the type of movement they make is wild.
No, it's disgusting.
They literally lined up 2 freaking offensive linemen in the backfield in like a pistol formation, and then it was Deebo Samuel on a freaking end around.
Their pre-snap motion reminds me of the Steph Curry off the ball movement. Like it's just
that's what the people were talking about yesterday was that like the 49ers offense is the only offense that resembles an NBA offense.
Like it's just everyone moves.
Yep, it's a motion offense, and then they just snap.
Then it's like, all right, Jimmy's going to just get this and just chuck it 5 yards to Kittle, or there's going to be 3 reverses, and Elijah Mitchell is now running a wheel route, and Deebo Samuel is throwing it to him. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, and I hate it. I mean, we all expected this game. I don't think anybody's really surprised, like, from this group that San Francisco won.
Yeah, that was my bet for the week.
Next game was Kansas City and Pittsburgh. Kansas City looked like Kansas City.
In the last 3 quarters, they looked like Kansas City.
Pittsburgh initially, I for a second when TJ got that touchdown, I was like, holy shit, it might happen.
If our offense would have been awake, the game would have been a completely different.
We punted the ball 7 times in the first half. Like
I
wanted to bang my head off of a wall.
I literally said to Cal, I was like, if the Steelers, because the Chiefs got a touchdown the next drive and tied it 7-7. I said to Cal, I was like, if the Steelers go down and score a touchdown, that's a game. They didn't do
a field goal, or kick a field goal.
Points. If they score points, it's a game.
We said this last week that like at any point, if the Chiefs go touchdown, Steelers punt, and the Chiefs go touchdown, the game was over. Yeah. Like no matter what the score was.
But what happened was
we can't keep up with that.
They went touchdown, punt, touchdown, punt, touchdown, punt, touchdown, punt, touchdown, punt, 5 times in a row.
Yes, game.
Yeah.
After the third one, it was game.
No, but I'm saying, like I said, that the Steelers,
when it was 21-7,
they did it one time. Like if they literally gave up a touchdown, punted, and gave up another touchdown, the game was over. No matter what.
I have my jersey on and everything, was supporting the man, but Deontay Johnson looked like he was back in 2020.
Yeah,
he
what
couldn't,
the fuck? Dude, he
couldn't catch a ball.
And it's kind of funny because he really did all season long. I know he had
at one point
through week 7 he had the most. Yeah, he had the least amount of drops in the NFL. Yeah, and then he just took a turn for the worst.
Yep.
Literally.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd love to see how many he dropped.
Patrick Mahomes, did Patrick Mahomes things. They literally weren't going to bed until every offensive weapon caught a touchdown.
Bro, Kelsey threw a touchdown in this game, right?
He did. Yes.
He broke the record for 5 touchdowns in the fastest amount of time. 10 minutes of game time.
Yeah, it was 10 minutes and 34 seconds or something stupid.
Yeah.
It was very disheartening.
Scored 5 touchdowns? That's disgusting.
Yep.
But in 10 minutes of possession.
I'll have to watch again.
That's the whole offense as a whole. To score 5 touchdowns in 10 minutes of game time is literally disgusting.
Yeah, and I mean our defense. If you went by on a quarter basis, we won the first quarter. Whether we tied 0-0, we won that first quarter. That's exactly what we needed to do.
You got the defensive touchdown. That's why I was like, oh shit, it could happen. But
by the defensive player of the year. I don't know if did you guys catch the whole thing that happened at Barstool with Hank?
I heard there was something today, but I didn't read into it.
I watched every one of their stream while they were watching the game because it's hilarious. So Hank bet on who he thought was TJ Watt first touchdown.
Oh no, I did. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But he actually bet on Derek Watt, $25 to win $3,000. When TJ Watt scored that touchdown, they erupted, freaked out, like they were going nuts. Like it was all like. They $3,000 off a $25 bet, and then he's like, here, look, showed the big goes, that's Derek Watt, and he's like, no, they're like, oh, you fucking idiot, like, dude, it was hilarious. So it's like one of those.
Oh man, that's gotta hurt.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that would hurt so much.
Yeah.
Man, after the big celebration and everything.
I didn't even know you can pick defensive players on our app.
It's just a defense.
Yeah, he goes, I don't think you even can pick defensive players on the app. How did you do that? And he was like, I don't know, it was there. I went to the bottom of the list, his name was there. But that was funny. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, like we all said, I mean, the Chiefs are the better football team. We needed to make a miracle if we were going to win that game. I think still to this day, though, we have the pieces for a Super Bowl team. We just got to get that playmaking quarterback under center.
I agree. And if
the rumors, thank you for everything that you did, and you got us to the playoffs one last time under your regime. Unlikely with the schedule that we had and how we ended up getting in. It's fantastic.
8%.
COVID too.
Everything. Yeah. Thanks
for
COVID.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
I mean, next year.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. But it's time to move on. It's just I honestly think this is the biggest offseason in Pittsburgh Steelers history because we lost Kevin Colbert. He stepped down, and
until after the draft.
Yeah, until after the draft, and then obviously Big Ben. So 2 of the biggest heads in your franchise are out.
We shall see what what role he plays next year. Yeah. If Mason Rudolph was a starting quarterback, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan until I die, and I'll support it. But
you never know. You never know how he's going to be.
Hey, if I had to root for Deshaun Kaiser for 8 games in one season, you can root for Mason.
Well, this is different. This is a different tie. We all knew that Aaron Rodgers was coming back.
You guys are going to get Russell and Sierra, and everything's going to be fine.
He did tweet out to the
He's
Steelers
been tweeting a lot about 7.
Yeah. So
I will max my credit card to buy every Wilson jersey there is in Pittsburgh. Every color. Black, gold, white, everything.
I mean, dude, it could happen.
Pink. Yeah, we do have pink jerseys.
Yeah, I know, breast cancer.
Yep.
Like genuinely, it could happen.
But they were a better team. Patrick Mahomes is just crazy. He's that team is turning at the right time. There's a couple teams in this playoffs that they're tough to beat if they play like that. This next week's game, I know we're going to get to the matchups for next week, but this Bills-Chiefs game.
Yeah, it's looking really good.
Yeah.
Out of the dynamic offenses, I mean.
And again,
and banned both defenses,
defense, man.
And the Chiefs again once again had the best defense in the last 8 weeks. In the last 8 weeks of the season,
in the second half of the season, they turn up.
They went from averaging giving up 32 points a game in the first 8 games to 16 in the last 8.
Yeah, so, it makes no sense.
Seems like the Chiefs, it's like a whole kind of turned on after the first half of the season.
Like
they looked really bad.
Patriots first 5-6 weeks,
and now they look really good.
Dog shit, and then after that they'd be like, "Oh, hey, it's November football. Let's get serious."
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that one for sure. Kansas City. They always do this. They always do this. And then the final game, we've talked about it a little bit. The Rams blew the wheels off of the Cardinals. The Cardinals were not the same after losing to the Packers on that Thursday night. I think they lost 5 of their last 6 to close the season out, and
they're just hurt, man.
They lost this one.
That team is hurt.
Hawkins.
I mean,
Hawkins didn't play a lot yesterday, did he?
No, he didn't.
No, he's got torn meniscus. I told Cade,
if you lose one player, you still should be able to alleviate that with your other weapons. I mean, they have 3 other decent receivers. They have 2 decent running backs. It's just, I don't know, man. It's crazy to see how they've just floundered.
I told Cade today that I really like Kyler Murray, but I seriously feel like he's almost kind of like how like Baker Mayfield is, where he needs to have the perfect situation for him to do well.
I'm trying to figure out what
he's a step stool. That's what he means.
Rondale Moore is a really good slot receiver. Yes, is he a rookie? Yeah, but he's a very good slot receiver. Then you have Christian Kirk on the outside and AJ Green, who are they prime choices? No, but are they a good second and third option to D-Hop? Sure, but they should be able to at least step into that role and perform slightly. And without D-Hop, that offense didn't do shit. They lost to the Lions, guys. The Cardinals got and I understand injuries, and I do get that. But at some point, then that falls on Kingsbury and the coaching staff more than the players if we're going to blame injuries, because that's awful to not make any adjustments. It's just the Cardinals don't make sense to me. But also, props to the Rams for obviously figuring it out. Cam Akers was a huge addition. Definitely better than Sony Michel. I forgot how good Cam Akers really was, even though I did draft him and then had to cut him from my fantasy team, which hurt.
Thank you, James Conner.
Yeah, Rams played really well. Rams are who we thought they were. Von Miller looked pretty energized in that game. Aaron Donald still Aaron Donald, likes choking dudes. It's weird. Stafford again. Stafford didn't have to win.
Did you see what Ryan Clark tweeted today about OBJ?
Other than it wasn't Baker, no.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. He said something about.
I think he said it wasn't the Browns.
It wasn't the Browns.
Yeah.
Or he dissed Cleveland somehow.
If it's scheme, whatever it is. I mean, he was injured there too. Whatever it was, yeah, it didn't work out. I mean, that happens.
He threw a nice pass yesterday too.
Dude, he's still athletic. He used to do that for the Giants all the time.
Yeah.
He's thrown. I think he's thrown 2 or 3 to Jarvis Landry. I'm pretty sure he had more passing touchdowns with the Browns than receiving.
He threw a bomb to Saquon early on.
Dude's still good.
I definitely want to go on record and say that I was partially. I mean, I think kind of all of us said this, but I was definitely partially wrong about him being a cancer. He still can go out there and perform and score touchdowns.
He was a cancer. I just always thought that his attitude.
I say he's a diva. I think he was a classic wide receiver diva. Is what I always said.
Yeah, I agree with that still. I still agree with that. But I don't know if he's,
I think he gets a bad rap because he's passionate. I think he gets a bad rap.
Well, I always do hate that shit when people go, "Oh, they're a cancer, they're this or that."
It's
when
hard.
Tom Brady smashes fucking surfaces and gets
when he was in New York. Yeah, because when he was in New York getting 1,500 yard, 15 touchdown seasons, and
when Eli still could do it.
Yeah, walking over and kicking the kicker's net because they're losing games.
Hit himself in the head.
He's not a diva. He's a competitor and wants to win games. Because when Tom Brady goes over, throws his helmet at the offensive line and kicks his water bottle.
Throws the iPad.
He's passionate. He's someone who just wants to win.
I hate it so much.
It's a bullshit and a weak take.
It's almost racist.
No, it is borderline racist.
Why are we not?
I hate to do that.
Like, why are we not hearing anything bad about OBJ and the Rams? Is yes, he's producing, but they're also winning, so he's not mad.
Well, like, Cooper Kupp's probably setting a really good example for him.
Like, I just don't think
he runs that.
That's racist. That's racist.
He was upset.
He's a hard worker.
I think that he was upset because he was in Cleveland for 3 years. In the 1 year they were good, he was hurt. The other 2 years, they weren't really that good when he played. And he really didn't, like, he wasn't in Cleveland. He didn't, like.
Dude, he averaged like 3 targets a game. He literally averaged 3 targets a game.
Was never for Odell either.
No, it's a running football team. That's a running football team.
No, but I'm saying, like, I'm talking about, like, the diva comment. Like, he wasn't. He did not, he openly in the media force his way out of Cleveland.
No, his dad did a little bit.
His dad
did. LeVar.
Yeah, his dad did.
Pulled a little
LeVar did, but that's not him. Like, it's not his fault.
No, he's a grown-ass man.
No, I mean, he played his role well there. I mean, look, him and Jarvis were a good combo. They just the scheme was not there.
And no matter what, we have to look at it this way. Everyone gets blamed for OBJ not working. OBJ didn't stay healthy. Baker Mayfield definitely probably didn't prioritize him as a target. Like, I mean, we watched the video where there was a lot of, like, missed throws. And, like, obviously it's football. He dropped balls too, whatever. And also the scheme wasn't fitting him. So that's on the Browns. So it was everyone's fault that it didn't work out. He goes to a team where it works out, and he's playing great football.
He's now on a team that's pass first.
Yeah,
he's on a pass first team now.
Send him to literally send him to any
much improved quarterback.
Send him to Tampa Bay. Send him to Houston with Deshaun Watson. Send him anywhere with an above average quarterback. He's going to thrive.
He's a good route
runner.
I just feel like the diva take is, like, so shitty about him.
No,
like,
it is dog shit. Is the dude probably a little extra? Sure, if you want to call him extra, I get
he's
that.
He's passionate for sure.
Every single receiver is outside of maybe like 4 or 5 of the top guys.
He likes himself some shit.
He is comfortable in the number 2 role.
It's hard for me to, like, even though I can definitely, differentiate the two now, but, like, just from me watching Antonio Brown do all that shit on our sideline and everybody else's sideline about, like, not getting targets, I kind of thought that was almost the same thing that OBJ was doing. The rumors were out there that he wasn't getting targeted, and he really wasn't in Cleveland. Cal said he averaged like 3 targets a game, like right?
Yeah,
that's the same shit that Antonio Brown said. But, of course, Antonio Brown was getting double-digit targets. Yeah, he was getting double-digit targets. But
see, now, what I will say is
that's
looking back on it, Antonio Brown's been a diva his whole career.
Yeah, 100%. Well, until after the perfect hit, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, like, but they're, like, I'm not.
Dude, I love how people really think that, like, that's what, like, knocked his, like, looniness into it.
I mean, it's definitely
a good chance.
You need to see that mush of a brain from CTE once he passes away.
It's a chain of event for sure. I mean, he fought a cop. He fought a cop in his house.
He fought a moving driver.
He threw a couch out of a 9-story apartment building.
Yeah, like something didn't work after that. Like,
no, he's permanently messed up in
that. On the Full Send podcast that I watched
with him and
I saw that too.
I watched the whole thing. He said he was this close. He almost took because he's like, I wanted to take every bit of clothing off that had the Tampa Bay logo on it in the Jets stadium. He said he almost took his pants off. He goes to jail for that.
No, that's actually public indecency, and you do.
And sexual offenders. There's kids there.
We've all watched Dave in this. I assume we've all watched Dave. That is actually how that shit works.
Yes, So, like, he even said, he goes, I was that close, but I thought, nah, I can't. I shouldn't do that. But he said I was real close to taking my pants off.
I would have. Probably
he talked about CTE in that episode too.
Yeah. He did. He says that he doesn't have it, but no one actually thinks that they have CTE. Like, ask any football player. Like, AJ Hawk.
You can't be diagnosed until you're dead, right?
Yeah, you cannot. You do not know until you're dead.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
You got. I mean, you literally have to cut someone's skull open.
Well, do it.
I don't think that's how that works. I'm not a medical doctor, but I don't think that's how that works.
I've watched Grey's Anatomy.
I have too. Wow. Also, shout out to them. They're getting an 18th season, and Grey is still around.
Guess who gives a fuck? Not this guy. You give a fuck, Tom?
A little bit, yeah. It's cool. I haven't watched it in like.
It is.
I have not watched
after season 9. After season 9,
it's like General Hospital now, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. Might as well just make it a daily show.
Yeah, I have not watched that shit in like 10-ish seasons. Yeah, LA looks all the way back, especially with the run game and taking the pressure off of Stafford.
I hope they beat the shit out of Tampa.
I really hope they do. That spread right now is, I think, at 3.
I don't care, even though I don't give a shit. I'm still taking Tampa. I mean, I'm still taking the Rams money line, no matter what.
No, I probably am too.
I don't care. Betting against Brady, he sucks. Dude throws the ball no more than 6 yards on average. Elite. Tired of it.
Yep.
I hope someone takes his legs out.
Tua with
that would be the end of it.
I would hope. I hope it is.
I mean, Kansas City's done it in the past. Yeah. So let's talk about the games this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. First game up of the 4 is Cincinnati at Tennessee.
I don't know how to feel about this game.
It depends on how back
I think
is. Honestly, that's where I'm at with it.
I think the Bengals win. I think that the Titans can only run the ball. Tannehill's played an incredibly average season. It's just it depends. Yeah, it solely depends on Derrick Henry, how healthy he will be, how many touches he will get. And that's it. But I think the Bengals win for sure.
I was gonna say I like the Bengals. I like the Bengals a lot right now. I just don't know. Like, look, I'm looking at this from the concept, and I need to go back and look at Tennessee's actual schedule to see how they got here. But look, the receivers have been banged up all year. I mean, hell, Julio Jones caught his first touchdown in Week 18. They've done this without Derrick Henry. Like, their defense clearly has to be some type of competent in to do this. I want to like the Bengals in this. I just don't know if I can do it.
The reason why
based off of the fact that I feel like everybody's really high on the Bengals right now.
I like Brady too.
The reason why the Tennessee's defense is decently solid is because they're a very good running football team. They're on the field for a long time. That keeps the defense off the field.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, they're not going 3 and out because they tried 3 passing attempts and all went incomplete. Derrick Henry's running he averaged 6 yards a carry almost this year. It's like 5 point something when he was rushing.
We have to look at this though as if they haven't had him, because over the last 12 weeks they haven't had him.
Yeah, no, and the dude was still running for over 100 yards almost every single game.
I mean, shout out to their line. There's something about Tennessee that makes me say, like, way too many people are high on the Bengals, and I'm one of them. I like the Bengals. It's more of a self-fade for me. That's where I'm at, like, mentally. It's a self-fade, because I really do like the Bengals. I just feel like Tennessee's going to win this game.
If this is a high-scoring football game, Bengals win.
It's Bengals for sure.
If it's a low-scoring football game, I'm taking the Titans.
What are we saying is high-scoring? Because 27-24 seems realistic to me.
If that's, I think that's a high-scoring football game for this matchup, for the Titans. I think if it's 27-24, I'm taking the Bengals. If it is now 21-17, I'm taking the Titans.
It's the team that runs the rock, yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking the Titans.
Plus, I love the Bengals kicker, and I never thought I'd say that. McPherson is so goddamn good.
He is good.
Like, McPherson is so good, other than the one game against Green Bay where him and Mason both forgot how to kick. It was such a weird turn of events. Okay, I don't know. Isn't the spread on this like 3.5 right now?
It's 3, I think. 3.5, yeah. It is 3.5. On Barstool, anyways.
It'll probably. I think it's 3.5 on FanDuel as well. I don't. This game is so weird to me. Yeah, I got 3.5 over under 47. So, I mean, if I think my score, Cal, you would be right on that, because for going off of what the over-under set at by Vegas, low scoring would be you're in.
I just don't think Tannehill can keep up with a gun show against Burrow. I really don't. I don't think he can.
No, I don't either. Plus, the only thing with the Bengals, they might be missing two of their starting linemen or defensive linemen. Hendrickson's in the Trey Hendrickson or whatever his name is. is in concussion protocol right now.
That is not
That would
good.
be a huge hit because he has like 14 or 15 sacks on the year.
Yeah.
I don't know how to look at this game, honestly. But with that being said, move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next one, San Francisco going into Green Bay. Currently on FanDuel, I'm assuming it's the same with Barstool, -6 for the Packers.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
Again, I hate this number. As a Packers fan, like, I hate it. I got this pulled up right now. So on the spread, the number of tickets on the Bengals and Titans is 63% of the bets are on the Titans, 37's on the Bengals. The percent of money is also leaning very heavy in the Titans, 83% to 17% on the Bengals. So the public is very heavy Titans as well, which makes me also double back on what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
This next game, though, Packers 49ers is literally 50-50 for money. And it's early. We're like, I mean, we record this on a Tuesday. It's still really early, but yeah, it's 50-50 on money right now. Tickets are 54-46, so.
Well, it's another 2 all-time franchises going up against each other, just like it was last week.
A lot of history in the postseason. It pisses me off.
Yeah.
I mean, we beat them in week 3 on a kick.
I think the Packers win the football game. I do. I think just Aaron Rodgers is just too good, and they love to get to the NFC Championship game at least.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this game will be close.
I think it's inside of 6. That's why it pisses me off. Because
this will come down to a game-winning field goal or an Aaron Rodgers last drive touchdown.
Which I hate those games.
I think it's honestly. I think they're too good of a coached football team. They come in with too good of game plans the 49ers.
So as a Packers fan, here's what I'm concerned with. Like, everyone keeps talking about how the Packers have strangely gotten healthy. Like, they're all incredibly healthy. We got David Bakhtiari back, Zadarius Smith, Jair Alexander.
Is this his first game? Bakhtiari's first game back?
He played the first half and didn't give up a single, didn't even get beat one time in the first half against the Lions.
Yeah.
So he did get some game condition. He said he felt fine, was ready to go. Like, he's back. Getting Josh Myers back as well. So they're getting 2 linemen back. They're getting 3 linemen back. They're getting Jair back, who's still probably going to be limited for this game, just because Rajul Douglas and Eric Stokes have played so well. They're not going to throw Alexander out there because they don't necessarily need him. I just don't know how all of these pieces are going to fit coming back. Like, you've clearly figured something out, but also at the same time, like, it is always nice to have, like, we're talking all-pro players on your team. So seeing these pieces fit in, how they're going to be rotated, is the most interesting thing of me watching Green Bay this year, or this game. But again, I mean, I already said it earlier. San Francisco scares the shit out of me because their entire thing is they're literally Batman's utility belt. Like, you don't know what's in there until it happens, and then you're down 15.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be an interesting one. I'm confident in the Packers. I just don't know about the cover. I don't know about that 6 points. Also, money line, I think they're like -240, which
they are 265 on Barstool.
I got -250 on FanDuel, I think.
Yeah. San Francisco's 210 on
-255.
Yeah.
Also, money. Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. I hate playing San Francisco. Like, I'm more comfortable playing LA or Tampa Bay if they do get to the championship game. I really am.
They're built to beat the Packers.
No, they are. They just control the goddamn rock, and I hate it.
Yep.
And they have pass rushers. That's the other thing that sucks. They have pass rushers. Although there was one really interesting stat. The 49ers pass defense is 15th in the league, like in yards given up and all of that, like those metrics. But against the number 1 receiver on that team, so like obviously like every team plays the same number 1 receiver for the most part every game. They're 31st or 32nd in the league against number 1 receivers in yards per game, which means they shut down all the other options except the number 1 option, which we have Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I just, again, obviously I'm nervous about it because it's the goddamn 49ers, but it'll be interesting. If there was a gun to my head, though, I'm saying San Fran covers.
If the Rams would have won, so you would have been playing the Cowboys if the Rams won?
No,
what was the seeding?
We would have played the Rams because Cowboys were 3.
Oh, were they? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, and I would definitely rather play the Rams.
I would have much rather played the Rams.
For your situation,
scares me, to be fair.
For your situation, yeah, but Cam Akers in Lambeau at 1 degree, like I don't know, he's not the tough guy as Deebo Samuels is.
No, he is not.
You know.
Yeah, the 49ers are just so deep at playmakers, which is weird because none of them jump off the board at you, but Kittle, Samuels, Mitchell, like if they have dudes.
Yeah.
And then Sunday's games: LA against Tampa Bay in Tampa. They are.
Which I always hate when they do this on Sunday. It's a 3:00 start and a 6:30 start.
Mm.
If that game goes into overtime,
yep.
Like I hate that when they do that. Like on the Sunday, like on Monday, it's not as. I mean, on Saturday, it's not as bad as 4:30 and 8:15. So it's pretty much 4 hours in between. Where here, it's literally 3 hours. 3.5. Like, I hate that. I hate when they do that on this weekend. They do it every year.
No, I hear you. So this one is Buccaneers -3. That's the line. Over under is 48, which is an interesting number. I might go over in this game.
Yeah, the
48 does not seem like enough points for these two.
I think they're relying heavy on both defenses showing up very well this week. But Tampa Bay is banged up, man.
No, they are beat to shit, and I love it.
They are hurt.
Jensen, 3 of their linemen are hurt. Worf's, their right tackle, might not play at all. He's going to try and play. I mean, I don't know if Kate, I know you watched the game, but he came Eagles, back out there and couldn't even walk.
If there was one thing the Eagles did well is they got to Brady.
Yeah.
Because of that dude. They exploited that man.
Again, their secondary still isn't great. Like I don't. This might be another one of those ones where I'm like, I don't know how the Rams are underdogs because defense, I think the Rams are better. Going up head to head, I think the Rams defense is better. I think the Rams offensive weapons right now is better. And if you're asking me between Matt Stafford and Tom Brady, I'm taking Stafford. 3 seems like a lot of points to be given these guys right now, especially after dominating the Cardinals. It is in Tampa Bay, but I mean, they play in LA. They're used to warm weather. It's not like Green Bay or a cold weather team like Buffalo going down to play in Tampa Bay in February when it's humid as shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I like the Rams if they play like they did last week. But if the Bucs play like they did last week, it's going to be another great game. I don't know.
I have to keep riding the Rams. The Rams all the way to the Super Bowl, baby.
Yeah, you did pick them at the beginning of the year.
You did pick them to go all the way.
And win.
I like the Rams here more just from a personnel standpoint.
I like them because I think that they're going to be able to it also depends if Ronald Jones or Leonard Fournette are out. But I feel like if Tom Brady has to stand there and throw the ball all game, I think the Rams are much more equipped to play the passing game than the run game. So they're not going to be able to ground and pound them, so then they're going to have to try to beat them through the air, and I think that plays into the Rams. Well, I also think the Rams are going to run the ball a crap ton this entire playoffs, and Matt Stafford will be used upon when he's needed more than, relied upon.
Well, they actually finally got their guy back. Sony Michel did well.
He was serviceable, but he's not Cam Akers.
He's not Cam Akers. Yeah.
No, Cam Akers is very good.
Yeah.
Dude's like a MJD type, honestly. Just a bowling ball of a human.
I loved Maurice Jones.
Oh, by the way, I know it's in the past we talked about him, but shout out Buda Baker. He's out of the hospital.
He's fully functional.
He got fucked up, big time.
That helmet to the back of the head definitely hurts.
Yeah, he got hit hard.
Yeah, I don't know. I see the Rams winning this game pretty handily. I'm definitely taking them at cover, but I might sprinkle in a money line.
I'm taking a money line. Fuck it.
I don't know how they're 3-point dogs, man. Like I get it, they're the defending champs, but
Ooh, baby. We got 2 winners for the bets already. Let's go.
Love to hear it. And then the final game, Sunday night's game, is Buffalo and Kansas City. Kansas City, I think, is 2-point favorites.
It's two, yeah.
This is the AFC.
That's gonna be a great game to watch. I mean,
this is the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, it definitely is the AFC Championship game.
It's the AFC Championship game.
I think whoever wins this game is gonna walk through the next team. I don't care who it is.
Other than if the Titans play the Bills. I don't like that matchup for the Bills. I don't. Not just because they beat them beforehand, but they will absolutely just ground and pound them, and that defense does not do well against the run.
No, I will say that, but I still think the Bills will end up winning that game.
Yeah, it's in Tennessee. You're not going to have to worry about snow. It'll be cold, sure, but you won't have the snow or wind, really.
So you're saying you guys are taking the Bills, the Tennessee and the Bills playing the AFC Championship?
I would take them, but it's not. It's gonna be it'll be a close game.
I think if Derrick Henry is pre-injury Derrick Henry, I'm taking the Titans.
Which, I mean, no one's going to, yeah. I mean, they're the 1 seed for the reason. Like, the Titans, they're not they're not sexy. There's nothing good going on, like, in their world right now, other than Derrick Henry coming back, but, like, they've gotten there somehow.
No.
AJ Brown goes back, and he made a big difference.
Julio were back for Week 18, so that therefore
he made a big difference.
No, they're loaded, but that's just it. They got there without these guys, which inherently does make them scary.
However, I will say it's one of the main reasons why I want the Bengals to win is because I want the AFC Championship game in Buffalo or Arrowhead rather than in Tennessee. I just do. It's way better. Both atmospheres are way better than
they are. But dude, I mean, hey, Nashville would be booming.
I know, but I'm talking about like football stadiums, like the way the atmosphere is at both of those places. I'd much rather see an AFC Championship game. I would love to. I'm riding Buffalo. Riding Buffalo out of the AFC. I tweeted last night. I'm like,
if Buffalo makes it to the AFC Championship game, I might go tailgate it and watch a game in Buffalo.
Fun.
I mean, it's an hour and a half drive for me. I'd probably do it.
That'd be
an
fun.
Interesting one.
Would you go through a table for some of money?
No.
I would go through a table for free.
I mean, for money.
For some of money, yeah.
$100.
I thought you were just saying going through a table. I'm like, I think
$100. You can break your shoulder, but is it worth?
I ain't gonna break my
shoulder. Jumped on a table before?
Bro, did you see the dude that jumped off the van?
Well, that's what I'm saying now. I'll jump off the back of the truck.
That is implanted in my head right now. That dude could have broken his shoulder for sure.
$200. It's done.
Free. A bottle of Rumplemints.
Rumplemints hits different in the winter.
By the way, I'm not drinking right now. Just got to throw that out there since I said that.
Yeah. Rumplemints hit different in the wintertime, though. When you're outside,
it's good.
It hits different.
What are you talking about, Ty? How would you go through a table? Through somebody else? Like somebody else is putting you through a table? Or you're definitely jumping?
Straight up give me a Batista bomb. I wouldn't care. It's a table. I've jumped on folding tables before. They don't, like, they're very easy to break.
Okay. I've never been through a table. So it seems like it's just a little extreme. To be honest,
Evan, the only ones that are on a 10-foot platform down onto a table.
The only ones that are on the internet are ones that are extreme. So
I'm not doing that.
Those are the only ones I see.
Like I said, you want to give me a Batista bomb, I'm down.
I don't know if I can do that. You might land on your neck, and that would be very bad. I don't think I can pick you up, bud.
Yeah, but I think I said this to Cade after the Chiefs beat us on Sunday night. If the Chiefs play like they did in the last 3 quarters and the Bills play like they did against the Patriots, this will be the best playoff game we've ever seen.
It'll be like the Chiefs-Rams back 3 years ago now?
Yes. Yeah, when Jared Goff and then went off. Yeah, it's going to be that type of game.
Yeah, I can see that, absolutely.
It will be nuts.
I personally think that I think this is the way the game's going to go. I think the Chiefs are going to come out real slow, and the defense is going to keep them in it. And I think the Chiefs are going to – it's going to be like a 27-24, Chiefs score a touchdown to win type game.
Yeah. I think the Chiefs beat Buffalo.
And Stephon Diggs is standing watching them celebrate again.
For the since the Bills beat them 38 to 20 or whatever it was earlier this year. The Bills are built to beat a team, and it's the Chiefs. They have They have 2 All-Pro safeties in Poyer and Hyde. They don't need to worry about their safeties being a hindrance, and they are missing Tre'Davious White, but their corners are also stellar.
The
Bills.
What's wrong with White? Is he out?
He's out for the season. He tore his ACL.
He tore his ACL. Okay, this is one of those games where Andy Reid just being a much I'm not saying that Sean McDermott's bad, but I'm saying a much more experienced and good coach. He comes out with a completely random game plan that the Chiefs would probably never run ever, and they just either walk through this game or the Bills or they pull it out at the end. I just feel like it's gonna be one of those things where it's the more things change, the more it remains the same kind of game. Where Pat Mahomes figures it out and wins. I just do. I think Josh Allen will have a great game. I just every time I think about it, it's so hard. Who's betting against the Chiefs? Money line wise, you're not betting against the Chiefs. You're gonna bet the Bills straight up.
Is that just so you know,
I did a parlay this morning where I did every underdog money line. And just for plus 3,000 odds and put $5 on it just for the money. I mean,
the public is very heavy, and I mean very heavy on Chiefs money line. So
Chiefs money line.
Chiefs money line.
Yeah.
What's the over? I mean, what's the money lines right now?
Plus 108.
Where do you see that, Ty? By the way,
plus 110.
Is there a website?
I bought a thing.
Oh, you bought a thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Plus 110.
You're not talking about the laptop. You're talking about you bought a subscription service to this website.
There you go.
Plus 110 and plus minus 22 or whatever or something like that.
So here's money line. Here's the number of tickets is 65% on Chiefs money lines, 35% on Bills. Then percentage of money is 73% on Chiefs money line, 27% on the Bills. But then if you go to the spread, which again the spread is only 2.5 in some places, 1.5 in other places. 37% of the tickets are on the Bills, but then 90% of the money is on the Bills spread. So, if the Bills lose, they're losing by less than 2, people believe. Because, they have less tickets but more money, which means there's people throwing a shitload of money on Bills spread.
Yeah.
And again, if it's only...
So we're taking Kansas City then? I'm confused.
No, so...
If the NFL's rigged, what are we... For the money...
Kansas City spread.
We're taking Kansas City spread.
Kansas City spread, Buffalo's money line. That's what you're taking if you're gonna go against the.
If you're going against the public right now, but the thing is, the public is on the Kansas City money line.
Yeah, so you take their spread.
The money is on Bills spread.
Yes.
So the
Bills
Chiefs spread, okay. Or you take the Bills money line.
You spread it as baby.
That's what the money says.
The money never loses.
Well, hey, if you're gonna do that, then 46% of the tickets are on the Rams spread, but 92% of the money is on them. So Tampa Bay.
So Tampa Bay, okay. Let me just get this out of the way now.
Again, Packers and Niners is wild. It's literally 50-50.
What about Bengals?
Bengals for the spread, 37% of the bets are on the Bengals, while only 17% of the money is on the Bengals. So Bengals.
What about your team, the Pack?
It's 50-50. It is literally 50-50.
Wow. Well, I got me my parlay. Let's go. 200 to win 3,000.
Jesus Christ!
I'm not doing that. I'm kidding.
I was gonna say I would not. I definitely.
I wouldn't. It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. I didn't even get a oh my god Evan moment because it wouldn't surprise me at all.
I am putting $25 on it.
Yeah, why not? All right, we want to get to bets.
Yes, sir.
I will go first too. I'm ready.
Hang on. You gotta give me the.
Yeah, I'll give the recap too.
All right, go crazy.
So, this week I'll start with myself. I lost Giga Chikadze. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Giga Chikaze.
Chikaze, okay? He got absolutely demolished, went right to the hospital. I don't know if you saw that, Ty, but his face was just a cheese grinder.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
And then I won the 49ers. I took the 49ers money line, so I netted 0.28, or I netted 0.4 units. Combined from last week, I'm at 0.28 total. Ty won the 49ers money line bet and lost the Eagles one. So he lost 0.08 units, taking him to minus 2.08 units on the year. Cade won the 49ers money line, lost the Vegas bet. So he netted 0.4 units this week, taking him to 0.28 as well. Me and Cade have mirror each other both weeks. Cal, congratulations, won both of his bets this week for 0.94 units and 0.92 units, taking him from -2 last week to minus 0.14 this week.
Big push.
I went 0-2-2-0. I went 0-2-2-0.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's just about. I mean, just about break even. Yep. And Ty is the loser. Is bad. Yep. 25 to win 443. Let's go. And if I win that parlay, I will be subscribing to that, whatever you just did, Ty. Because it's worth it.
Evan, don't you have ESPN Plus?
Pretty sure I can just give you the login.
You can just go to ESPN Plus and do it there.
No, not like I'm looking at like actual like betting, like it's a real ass betting site with like real numbers. It pulls from everything. It's not ESPN Plus.
No, but I'm saying ESPN Plus offers the same thing. It tells you like where the money's going, like the public versus the like the favorite, all that kind of stuff too. And it gives you like, I mean, it's not as detailed as that, obviously, because that's like made for that. Yeah. But it does give you the details of that.
So, all right, well, I'll go for my first bets this week. I'm going to do one football and then one UFC, a big card for the UFC.
Yeah, that's true. I need to look at that.
I don't know why it's called a post but one bet for the UFC, one bet for the football. I don't know how this is possible, but Francis Ngannou, first off, is a dog versus Cyril Gane. Second, I'm actually going to take him by knockout, plus 145, and then I'm going Cincinnati money line, plus 168. For the units.
And you're taking Frankie KO?
Frankie KO plus 145, yeah. To just win the fight, Ty, he's plus 122. But if he wins, there's no other way he wins. He's not going to tap out Cyril Gane.
Well, he's not tapping Cyril Gane out, and he's definitely not taking his ass the distance.
He could. Well,
I don't see that happening.
I don't either. He's just too big, and he hits way too hard. All right. Ty?
How the f*** is he an underdog?
I don't know. He's a champion and an underdog, and hits harder than, with more force than like a Ford Durango or whatever it was they said last year.
Dodge Durango.
Ford. It was Ford Escape or something. I don't know. Can't remember the car they said.
Just give me Frankie money line, dude. There's no way I'm not betting Frank just straight up.
Yeah.
There's no way
I'll be putting money on both Frankie straight up and Frankie KO.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's no way I'm not. Yeah.
I just hope the odds don't change until we get till Saturday.
There's simply no way I'm not putting money on Frank straight up.
Yep.
So yeah, Frank straight up and then Rams money line plus 126.
What's this? Money line. What is that? Plus 122, I think.
Yeah, plus 122.
And Rams money line.
Yep.
What is that?
Hey, are we gonna do what we said about last week? Are we gonna do that what we said about last week and do the third bet as well, but not count it towards anything like that?
Charles and I are still working on that, so not yet.
Okay.
Give me some time.
Oh, he has COVID right now, so.
R.I.P.
Evan, I'm ready.
I'm ready for you.
I'm taking the Rams money line plus 128. That's what I have. I don't know what FanDuel has.
And then I'll just switch it to plus 128.
Change it to 128.
Yep. And go ahead.
Why is that what's FanDuel's?
126.
126. So we're just gonna round up to the.
It's marginal.
So it's
sure. And then I am going to take the under 55 in the Chiefs and Bills.
See, I contemplated going over on that son bitch.
What is
it? Okay, the thing is, it opened at 57 and it's dropped 2.
Love that. Under 55.
What's the odds, Cade?
Oh, minus 110.
Why not? All right. Cal?
55 is a lot for a playoff game, though.
It is.
And teams that have already played each other. Like, that's big facts, too.
I had it and
I really like the way that we're doing it this way because it really does make betting underdogs like a more risk reward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Rams +3. No, actually not the Rams +3. Sorry. The Bengals +3.5. Bengals +3.5. Which is minus 110. Is that what you guys have?
That sounds right for a football spread.
Yeah, I don't think it would be anything less.
What is it?
They're both at minus 110, so I'm guessing.
Yeah,
it's
no,
right.
it's minus 110. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm taking the Bills +108 money line.
+108.
Yes, sir.
All right, we are in. I love this Google Docs shit. Big fan.
All right, yeah. Anyone have anything else to add?
Nope.
Other than Frankie
Bet
winning
responsibly,
this weekend in Green Bay,
but
I don't
not
really care about
responsibly.
anything.
Yeah, you know what? If you bet money, you got to put enough out there, or make it big enough where you're feeling something. You know.
Listen, if you don't have a pit in your stomach, it wasn't big enough, right, F?
Exactly.
Yeah. So if I do this,
I had many pits in my stomach this weekend and it did not work out.
Yes.
And
I've had so many pits over the past weeks. I've puked. And I've lost
I'm gonna
all
go
of them.
here in a minute once we get done with this.
What?
Understandable.
Puke?
Yeah.
Stop. Really?
I gotta shit water again.
Oh.
Stop.
I said puke, not poop.
Well, that's
Tomato, tomato.
Everyone have a good rest of your night.
Yeah, see
Hang
ya.
on,
Bye.
I'm doing something. Damn it!
Oh, okay. Well, Cal's over here talking about shit.
I know what
again.
Cal's doing.
He has like an obsession with it. It's kind of weird.
Tickle, tickle. Here's the pickle.
And then Bills, you had money line.
Make sure you turn the fan on, Cal.
You know, actually, I forgot to mention about the whole light thing. The reason actually why I don't turn the light on anymore is everything to do with my dog. Because my dog loves to bite at the shadows on the ground. That's the real reason why I stopped pooping with the light on.
And guess whose fault that is?
Cade's.
So in turn.
Dude, it's not my fault.
Full circle.
It's not my fault the dog's special. Like, he's
Full
special.
circle.
It's not my fault.
So
We did it one time. with the shadow.
Full
And
circle.
And,
And
he's
laser
broken.
pointer. You remember the laser pointer?
I never have owned a laser pointer in my life.
At the house, Cade did the little mouse
Okay.
one for the cat.
So just so you guys know, if we did a scuffed pod parlay on this one, it would be Rams money line. I'm going off of our picks that I can make work with the best odds, basically. Rams money line, Frankie money line. I could throw in the KO just to make that a little spicier.
I think you should.
Bills money line and Bengals money line, because all of those are in here. That is a 4-leg parlay at plus 2,700.
Love
Could
that.
could you put that into
That's
like a
what I
little
wanna
like
do.
special
I just
graphic
want-
and we could tweet it out?
I just
Well,
want
that's what we want to do, Evan.
No,
Moving
that's
forward,
what we're gonna do with
everyone
like
pick-
the grab my wallet.
grab my wallet.
Little
We'll
side
have
thing.
everyone pick one pick on like
Like,
as
Charles
as
and I are
pick.
working on it still.
I'll retweet the shit out of that.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Ride
and I'm
with
gonna
us.
Hit that every week.
This doesn't go towards your record for the pod and like that. It's
No,
just-
I love that.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of my picks out of the two I make, and that's gonna go.
Top right. Nice.
There it is.
Can you say it one more time?
So this is the Rams money line, Frankie money line. Again, if we put the KO in there, it gets better.
Yeah.
But I mean, Frankie money line is more certain. Bills money line, Bengals money line. I mean, to be fair, it is literally it's four underdogs.
Rams money line, Bills money line.
I'm gonna
Bengals money line.
Yeah, Bengals, Bills, Rams.
Plus 26.96. 25 to win 674. Woo!
That would be some shit.
That would be glorious.
I'm gonna go put it on.
All right, yeah, that's the show. That's a little tease of what's coming in the future. We're working on a new little thing that we're going to be tweeting out. Probably when it gets closer, we'll probably like talk about it on Tuesdays, but then probably tweet it out, throw it together on a Thursday or Friday, just to make it a little more relevant to the weekends. But yeah, that's the thing we're doing. Be on the lookout for it. Unofficially, that could be our first one. But yeah, as always, have a great weekend. Bet responsibly or don't. I don't really give a shit. Drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. You end up looking like this schmuck.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and tell someone you love them.
Watch what you eat.
Tell someone you love them.
Watch what you eat.
All right, much love. Bye, everyone.
Have a twisted tea, as Evan says.
That's free promotion.